Hello everyone. It's now 10:31 p.m. I got out of the shower. So I was so depressed and stuff like that. I think um well, it probably was Friday. Excuse me. The day that I did the laundry, it was either Thursday or Friday that wow, my phone is freezing on me. My camera is freezing on me. So it was Thursday or Friday. It was the last time I took a shower. Last time I think it was Thursday. I don't remember if it was Thursday or Friday. But, I just took a shower. I've been feeling like a depressed feeling and anxiety because of what happened over the weekend, Friday and Saturday. So, I'm glad I had a nice hot shower. But the perp squeezed my organs, or the direct energy weapon squeezed my organs during, this time that I took a shower. So last night, as I said, I did a video, wasted like an hour and 40 minutes. And then afterwards, I was afraid that the stuff that I talked about, I was afraid that the perps would take me the wrong way and trying to falsely have me criminalized. Plus, the video, for some reason, was trying to take up double of my phone storage space. So, and my phone, it tried to take up double of my storage space. So, my phone is acting all kinds of weird. So, I kind of forgot what I did last night. So, yeah, so I think I ate twice yesterday. So I had the last of that big old bowl of the last of the oatmeal last night. I'm sorry, yesterday morning, and then yesterday evening I had the beans and I had the last of that beef stew meat in the beans. It tasted so good. And then after that, after I had the beans, the beans and rice and stuff. I think I remember that I had later on I had two eggs, and the eggs I cooked in a crock pot, and they turned out to be the eggs turned out to be they were not burnt, but they were brown. I figured that I overcooked them. I boiled them too long. So, my mistake. But I'm the only one got to eat them. So, so I boiled the eggs, and I had a little thing of the applesauce. So I showed y'all and told y'all that I try to make some bentonite clay toothpaste. I just mixed it with water and gonna use it as toothpaste. And then I try to make some Soleil salt water. So so yesterday the fake Darnell Williams perp came to harass me on YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. He made a fake new Twitter account to he made a fake new Twitter account to come and harass me. And I put in the community post, screenshots of his fake harassment. And his name is not his real name is not Darnell Williams. And I question whether or not his real name is Marcel Thibodeau. I mean, because certain perps, it's like they'll tell you a fake name that's unsearchable on Google, or where they are unsearchable on Google. So so he came for the first time in a long time to come and harass me on TikTok. And he came for the first time in a long time to harass me on Twitter. And, he'd been harassing me on YouTube for several times a day for the past couple of weeks. I just don't get how the fuck does he waste the psychological, mental, and physical and cyber energy to do this. I'm not even bothering you. I don't know who you are. You're weird. So the fake Stephon Adams perp made a fake new Twitter account to come and harass me too. And he tried to falsely make it like as if I'm lying on him and Starbricker saying that they're sex traffickers, when I'm telling the truth. They are. And then he's like, well, you don't have any proof. The proof is, why the hell you obsessed with somebody of the same gender? Why and y'all sexually perverted and extra preoccupied with y'all vain fake imagination about sexual stuff about us. Plus, you linked up with the fake Darnell Williams perp, and which further confirms that's enough evidence right there. Y'all working together. Yeah, y'all sex traffickers. And I'm going to say it again. Yes, y'all are sex traffickers, and you know it. You're not going to try to freaking gaslight me. All the slander, lies, and the manipulation and twisting of evidence and truth that y'all spew out, nothing but lies on that fake-ass TIWatch.org website. Y'all can slander and lie and meddle in our business all day. So why can't I tell the truth and you want to try to make me learn my lesson from ever telling the truth about you? Y'all smear campaign, lie, manipulate, and twist everything and slander all day long. So y'all are strongly delusional and delusionally believe that y'all lies is true when it's actually false. But y'all all devil worshippers, cult members, Freemasons, Eastern Stars, witches, warlocks, New Agers. Y'all into all that. So the time that you waste on, stalking someone who you will never meet in person, I bet you people like Starbricker and Stephon Adams and the fake Darnell Williams perp or any of these other online perps, I bet you y'all will never show up at my door. Y'all will never show up at my door. So the fake Darnell Williams perp came and harassed me several times a day. And I posted one of my videos on my first target about a PsychWorld channel, and he went to try to fake harass me on there too. So the fake Darnell Williams perp has actually done fucked up shit to me and actually followed through. Whatever stuff that he threatened, he successfully followed through with each and every threat. So with him trying to tell me, and he's the one who's a sex trafficking Satanist that act like he want me to sell out. So I deserve to be punished with homelessness on the streets because I won't allow him to sex traffic me, or I rejected him trying to pretend to want to be a handler. He's so disgusting. I bet you he's not even attractive. So I mean, this is my video documentation of their harassment and stuff like that. I mean, you can't even prove that I'm crazy, but y'all lie and say I'm crazy. You can't even prove that I'm greedy, but you lie and say I'm greedy and eat too much. I mean, if a lot of Americans, even skinny people, eat 3 meals a day. And I felt like I should not have had to eat 2 meals a day to try to please y'all or impress y'all or something like that. And, 1 meal every 5 days is still too greedy for y'all. So, I mean, if they want to try to dictate and control my life, I'm not listening to y'all. I'm not listening to y'all. And then they want to try to bully, harass, and pester me, telling me to go out and get a real job. But then when I try to go to get a job, they sabotage a potential job opportunity. Or if I successfully get a job, they make threats to make me back homeless again and get my job taken away. And then lie and say that I want to be homeless or that I want to be on the streets. But it's what they want. It's what they want for me. So, was it? I think last night I went to bed at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And then, I went to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. And then, excuse me, I woke up at about 10 o'clock or probably just before 10 o'clock. But I didn't eat anything until like after 12, maybe about 12 or 12:30. I had the, I had some farina and a thing of applesauce, and I was debating on whether or not to go to the store, but I ended up spending more money than I ended up spending more money than I intended. But the non-food items I really needed, but the food items, well, I needed more food, but I just got what I could get. So I'm letting y'all know everything that's going on, even though y'all act like y'all don't believe me, or you're not interested, you don't believe me, or you don't care. So for dinner, I didn't even have any meat, even though I forgot to buy well, I wanted to. There was another thing of something of meat that I wanted to buy, but I forgot to get it. I knew I was missing something, but I so like the last money of what I got from the YouTube, I spent the last of it today, like the $88. I spent it, well, it was that plus a couple of little, donations that people gave me. lately, so I spent that on what y'all saw today. So they still told me my food stamps is processing, but I would really be damned if they successfully have me back on the streets. That is so fucked up, very fucked up. And the perps were small. Like when I went to Dollar General today, the perps, they swarmed me like bees. When I walked up in there, a whole crowd, everybody came up in there, all like following, like right behind me. And then they had these people wanting to come in the same aisle as me and trying to act like they want to bump all close onto me with their baskets, and then try to act like as if I am in their way. When you got the whole fucking store. If I'm looking for something, why don't you? I mean, how is it a coincidence that at the whole store, you're trying to get this, acting like as if you're trying to knock me out of the way to get the same item that I'm trying to get? And there's plenty. Why don't you just wait a few seconds? But they have me like running all over the store like as if they're chasing me with a gun or something. Like I just got to move out of everybody's damn way. And it's like they try to move like as if they're machines or something, not even human. Like as I said, they're always trying to, they're sitting there following me around the grocery store with fake baskets and trying to make me feel this guilt or shame or like I did something wrong because, I was already here first and looking for, trying to look for, a certain item, and you try to make like I'm doing something wrong or in your way. And then you stand up there and pretend like you're looking after you got me out of the way when I'm trying to get something, and then you stand there for like a good 20 minutes and just staring and then get nothing and then leave. Y'all play too many fucking games. But I'm the troublemaker when I call out y'all trying to play games or inconvenience me. So I mean, but for dinner today I had more beans and rice, but no meat. And I'm not vegetarian or vegan. I just, when I ran out of the meat yesterday, but then I just didn't feel like, getting out the toaster oven and trying to bake the little fish. I'll do that tomorrow. But I mean, so, and also I had, I showed y'all the graham cracker snack that I had, right after the dinner. That's what I had, the graham crackers. But and so I ate twice earlier today, But I'm not gonna lie, I am tempted I want to have some ice cream, but I'm gonna try to hold out because it's so late. It's 10:51 p.m. It's almost 11 o'clock. In my left arm around the elbow area, it hurts, and it's been hurting ever since, the earliest I can remember, ever since I got here. But then when I had those heavy groceries last week or the week before, yeah, it was the week before last, it made things worse. But my elbow, it hurts. There was a point in time where both my arms were hurting. So I strongly believe that I am heavily shadow banned on TikTok. That it's like I'll be lucky if my videos get 4 views, and they don't even show on a For You page. But it's like other professed targeted individuals. It's like YouTube. It's like how you talk about targeting and gang stalking, or show footage of your gang stalking, and then you got like 323 view. 323 likes, and it's like I can only get 4 views and no likes. So I hate when they have fake TI perps act like they want to try to manipulate you or guilt trip or shame you into going to these fake conference calls. Or they'll be like, well, you're not a real TI if you don't go. Or they will go behind your back and falsely slander you and smear campaign you as a fake TI or a perp because you didn't want to go to attend a Zoom meeting or conference call of all the popular fakes. I don't do that shit. I don't go to the rallies. I don't participate in the conference calls. The fake targeted justice lawsuit. I'm not doing none of that because y'all reject me anyway. Look what Shayla Evans did to me with surveillance survivors. She got hateful and removed and she got that one eye symbolism. So she removed my name from her fake database. So and I said, well, you removing my name from your fake database does not make me any less targeted. So I'm just, all I can do is just try to stick with Jesus Christ. It would be nice if I could get some, lawsuit money or reparations or something like that as a targeted individual, but they probably might reject my application because they don't like me. Now, this person invited me to the Zoom meeting or whatever. She didn't tell me who was running the Zoom meeting. So if that person is, if the person running the Zoom meeting, what if they might be somebody, one of the popular fakes who I might have beef with? Or I don't like that word beef, but we're not getting along, or we're not on speaking terms. Or if there's somebody who has me blocked or don't like me. Nobody in the TI community has ever invited me to do a YouTube live stream interview or anything like that. If they have all these so-called targeted individual documentaries and faces of targeted individuals, it's all the popular fakes. Now, this is twisted and backwards. Like the popular fake TI perp cult, it's just like one big elitist cult. And the real one's suffering. It's then like we already in hell on earth because, I heard that people are burning in hell like for eternity. I heard that they'll be in too much agonizing pain to care about you and your suffering. So that's how it is like in the so-called TI community. If they want their voices to be heard, but they don't care about your suffering. So, your suffering is considered irrelevant, but they're crying out for their voice to be heard. So again, I want to know how come. See, the fake Darnell Williams perp went on that whatever um Wilmington, Texas Facebook community group that they have and he must have got it from there, how he was able to capture a picture of me and kept on posting the picture numerous times on Twitter and acting like he's trying to get my attention. And it's like, well, how come perps can take pictures and videos of me without my consent or knowledge, but I get wrongfully banned from places if I take pictures or videos of actual gang stalking activity? Y'all criminalizing me for exposing the truth about what y'all are doing to me. Y'all out here trying to kill me. Like in the video earlier, that guy, it looked like he was one of the perps in the white car. And he looked like a fake thug. And he nearly hit me with his car. But y'all not going to say that he shouldn't be driving. Or that he should have a car taken away. I mean, people just don't want me to live. So, you know, I said earlier that I wanted to, since trying to get a job, I've applied to all I could apply for. So, nothing came through. So, you know, and so, I mean, how is it the perps, y'all tell me go get a job, but then you make threats to have me banned from places? Well, if I'm banned, that's one less job opportunity, one more door closed in my face. So, I mean, how will you brag about having me banned from Dairy Queen, but you tell me go get a job, but if there was an opportunity, if I had to be banned, then I couldn't go there. So there were other places. Well, you get me wrongfully banned from those other places too. So, I mean, who the hell is this that act like they think they got the authority to punish me and force me with imprisonment and homelessness because I won't submit to Satan or a satanic cult, or because I won't be a prostitute or a gang stalker? And my left arm is hurting even more. My right arm is it's not even hurting really that bad, but my left arm, it hurts to even try to move it. But if I had a detox bath, then, you know, it can help soothe the pain. So, yeah, I mean, so I said that I would try, you know, to see about like product reviews or, you know, product reviews or, excuse me. I can't really do restaurant reviews or hotel reviews because of the online perps, they like to go back and show whatever I post or whatever. But one time I wrote in one of my blog posts that it would be hard for me to do like any restaurant or hotel reviews or whatever, because of what my targeting, almost everything would be a doggone bad review or a bad experience. But or I hate if I have a good experience and the food is good and I get 5-star experience, and then the next time I go there, it's like a total disaster. Or I'm wrongfully banned. Like, at first, in the beginning, I would have gave Hospitality Inn Hotel in Pensacola. Now, that Filipino lady, Miss Annie, she kept pestering and nagging me about giving a 5-star review, and look what she turned around and did to me. And they were prejudiced and racist against black people. But their hotel is supposed to be Christian based, but they are bad perps. Like Miss Annie used to love me. Then she went out of town and went on some vacation and wasn't the same person anymore. I didn't know who that Miss Annie was anymore. And when she became a perp, the narcissistic personality came right along with it. I mean, I can't believe it. So the noise harassment and the noise campaigns, I guess it wasn't enough for them. So they wanted to manipulate a reason to force me to have to be gone. So, and I actually gave that place a 5-star review. Normally I don't. And I'm not that big on giving a lot of Google reviews. But, if my experience is bad enough or a disaster to the point where I have to be wrongfully banned, I'm letting the whole doggone world know. But then they'll gaslight me and make themselves look fake right and make me look wrong. Like when I exposed the truth about fake ass Harris Casino in my hometown, New Orleans. When I first became chronically homeless on the streets, and I was just trying to get out of the out of the elements, because they bullied me and perked me out of the fake Salvation Army shelter. The bed bugs was too bad. They wrongfully banned me from New Orleans Mission. It's a cult, and people compare New Orleans Mission to a concentration camp, where you have like no rights and they treat you like worse than shit they treat you like worse than shit because you're not part of their cult. But like, they throw up the devil. I'm not gonna do the devil horns hand sign to show y'all, because the fake Darnell Williams perp used that against me and try to falsely smear me as the one who be throwing up those signs when I don't. But they threw up the devil horns sign and mockingly said, "Oh, how I love Jesus." And I'm like, I nearly fainted. I had to go. And I never set foot back in New Orleans Mission. New Orleans Mission, that was me exposing that place, was my most popular and famous Google review. And I spoke the truth, and it was facts. And I'm never going back there again for the rest of my life. It was a black man running that place, and I bet you he's an abusive, narcissistic Freemason. But I witnessed a black female. I think she had a broken leg, or she got ran over or hit by a car, or something bad happened to her, and she was disabled. Due to a very bad injury. And what these people did, they tried to bully and force her to get on the top bunk of the bed. She couldn't get up there, and so they bullied I don't remember exactly what they did, but they bullied and abused her and wrongfully punished her and kicked her out because she said that she could not get up on the top bunk when somebody more able-bodied, they could have switched out somebody more able-bodied who could get on the top bunk and let her take their spot on the bottom bunk. But that place was a living hell. They molest you and sexually fondle and touch on you before a meal to eat. They touch on you. Like they talking about, and then people try to justify. I'm like, this ain't no justifications for this. You only want to just touch people's private parts and say, oh, we're frisking. You're not the police. Like the Salvation Army didn't do that. So why y'all think y'all call it frisking to pretend to play police and just sexually go? We have to go through this humiliation ritual every day, to allow ourselves to be fondled, and then they take all your belongings away, and then force you to go to this fake church service where they brainwash and tell you worldly things, and then you end up. The food really was like damn good, but that place had bed bugs too, and they take your clothes just like they used to do in group homes and foster care or whatever. They take all your clothes and your belongings, and they make you leave your clothes and all your belongings outside, except the clothes on your back. And then when you got to take a shower, they will force you to wear other people's clothes, and you couldn't pick what you wanted, or they try to force me to wear size small clothes. I'm like, I can't fit that. They try to force me to wear it anyway. I couldn't even fit it. So then, they do stuff like invade your privacy, deliberately and on purpose, bust in on you while you're trying to use the bathroom or take a bath. Like these women are sexually perverted, and you sitting here wanting an excuse to try to look at other women. Y'all the staff, and it's disgusting. I would never go back there again. And even people homeless on the streets in New Orleans, they were saying that, you're better off living out in the elements than in the shelters. But then, New Orleans has zero tolerance for homelessness and poverty, but yet they're not doing anything to help or improve homelessness. Criminalization is not improving or helping. Get people jobs and housing. So they're not doing that. But all they care about in New Orleans, their fake hospitality. All they care about is all they care about is the fake hospitality is going towards the tourists, because that's where all the money is at. The tourism. And I'm like, I don't remember New Orleans being like that before Hurricane Katrina. And people were nicer and more loving back then. 2017 and 18, I'm like, everybody's fake. And like New Orleans ain't never, like before Katrina, New Orleans ain't really never been known to be fake. Or, fake people, fake sellouts, whatever. They might have a few abusive, narcissistic, fake, strict people, like the abusive fake foster mom, but that bitch is fucking fake. Fake. So, fraudulently and illegally living the high life. Stealing other people's money. So so New Orleans is not the same. And the fake Darnell Williams perp trying to harass me, talking about you're not from New Orleans. Stop lying to people saying you're from New Orleans. Well, if I'm not from New Orleans, then where am I from? Since you know more than me. I heard that we were living in the 7th ward when we were born. And 2737, I think that was the name of the Allen Street. It was in North Allen or just Allen? I think it was North Allen Street in New Orleans. I don't remember what my birth certificate says, but I think it said North Allen Street or Allen Street. That was definitely in the 7th ward. Not all that far from St. Bernard and Broad, where a lot of my biological family members currently live. Walking distance, like not far at all from St. Bernard and Broad. So it was beyond me and my twin sister and certain siblings' control, that we were taken away and put in foster care and had to be forced to grow up in Gretna and live on the West Bank. If it weren't for if it weren't for foster care, then we probably would have been living in New Orleans, East Bank, like all our lives. But West Bank is still considered New Orleans, But they got some people who try to be like, well, oh, you grew up on the West Bank. Well, that's not New Orleans enough, so therefore you're not from New Orleans. Well, motherfucker, you don't say anything when people from Baton Rouge and Houma who try to falsely claim that they're from New Orleans. People from Houma, Thibodeau, and all that, they claim that they're from New Orleans. That's not New Orleans. People from Metairie can say, oh, I'm from New Orleans. Why can't somebody from Gretna say, I'm from New Orleans? People from Harvey, which is farther, people from Lafitte. But I consider Lafitte and West Wego, that's kind of, that's part of New Orleans metro area. Jefferson and Orleans Parish is considered like the New Orleans metro area. Some people consider like some of the surrounding parishes, like if somebody is from the North Shore or somebody from St. Tammany Parish, they'll still say, oh yeah, I'm from New Orleans. If they say that they're from Mandeville, yeah, they say that they're from they consider themselves a New Orleanian. If they way down by Lower Ninth Ward and Chalmette, they call themselves a New Orleans native. Luling, Louisiana, you consider a New Orleans native. So how you gonna tell me that growing up in Gretna, that it's not New Orleans enough, or that I'm not from New Orleans? Even when I was in New York City after Hurricane Katrina, abusive narcissistic perps at the homeless shelter would try to say that I don't believe you, like narcs love to get in your face and be like, I don't believe you have a college degree. I don't believe you're from New Orleans. I don't believe this. I don't believe that. So, just because you don't believe it don't mean it ain't true. So if you don't believe I'm from New Orleans, but if my twin sister said we're from New Orleans, you'll believe her. Well, at least she'll be telling the truth about that. Excuse me. So, my biological brother Pete, my sister Ramona, they sound about as New Orleans as you can get. I never really did sound like I'm from New Orleans because people always said that I talk white and sound very articulate and proper and everything like that. So, And I don't think my twin sisters, she sounds more New Orleans than I do, but I think that I think that her New Orleans accent is not as strong because we've been away from New Orleans, for so long. But even the biological brother Derek, Mark, and them, they sound like New Orleans. But I'll say out of us siblings, Pete and Ramona sound about as New Orleans as you can get. Monica and Raymond, yeah, they sound like New Orleans. You can't say I ain't from New Orleans. But I mean, I know how to impersonate a New Orleans accent pretty good, but naturally, I don't know. I always grew up to talk. I don't think I talk as proper or articulate as I used to, because I used to talk like this, but not anymore. So, I just let things naturally flow. I don't try to talk a certain way. I just doggone talk. So, people still to this day tell me that they think I sound very articulate and proper. Some people say that I sound like a Los Angeles native, but I only lived there 4 years. But when I was in Greenville, South Carolina, everybody was so doggone country that seems like that the country accent was so heavy that like within a matter of a couple of days, like that country accent started to rub off on me. I'm like, I ain't having it. I lived in Denton, Texas for 4.5 years. Folks talk country, and I didn't pick it up. But what's with Greenville, South Carolina, where everybody talks South country? But last I knew, when my twin sister told me that I sound like I have in Los Angeles, or that I sound like I have an accent that sounds like I'm from California now. Well, if I started to sound like the fake LA people, I didn't even realize my accent may have changed or whatever. But I never really did sound like I was from New Orleans. Now, one thing that's funny was the foster sister Joni sounded like New Orleans. The foster mom Adrian Felder has like an authentic New Orleans accent, but and a lot of her family, they don't call themselves Creole though, but a lot of them look white. Like some of my family members look white. But so like speaking of talking white, I used to get made fun of and bullied and harassed. You don't think you think I'm lying about going to Gretna Junior High or West Jefferson High School, McDonough 26 Elementary, University of New Orleans, Nichols State University, which was in Thibodaux, or Gretna number 2, which is in Gretna? What make you think I'm lying? I grew up on 230 9th Street in Gretna. And the Masonic Smelly Crab family was right across the street. In Gretna. Fake Gretna. That big ass house, it used to be blue. And the foster mom, she waited till after we turned 18 and moved out or whatever. And then she got the house painted yellow. They said it was like a stucco yellow color. Oh yeah, she waited till after I turned 18 and went off to college, and she made a whole bunch of big changes. Got more foster kids, painted changed the color, the painting of the house and everything else. Like it was supposed to be a slap in my face, So yeah, All the experiences I've talked about growing up, you cannot say that Candy Grand Prix. My last name is Cajun French. So you cannot tell me I'm not from New Orleans. So, yeah, they used to, when I was going to Gretna Junior High and everything, they used to bully, harass, and laugh at me. They used to make fun of my tics and Tourette's, and they used to laugh at and make fun of me talking about that. I talk white. An abusive fake foster mom, Adrian Felder, she, who they call Ann, she, one time pulled me by my ear when I was ironing clothes one time. She pulled me by my ear, excuse me, and got mad at me talking about that I talk white. And also when I was in ninth grade, that ghetto, ignorant, abusive, narcissistic, fake teacher, Miss Alexander, said the same thing. Like, she asked me publicly in front of the whole class. She tried to ask me, why do I talk white? I'm like, it's the way I freaking talk. But, yeah, they always bullied and harassed and laughed at me. And, you know, they treated me like like I come from a different planet or something. Like as if I never fit in or belong, you know. And I used to, you know, beg for acceptance from people back then, or, you know, had Stockholm syndrome and try to kiss everybody's ass. But now, I don't want friends. I just want to be by myself. So, I just want to be by myself. Being around people is too scary. So, yeah, I said earlier in the video that I wanted to work on, like, maybe well, I can't do restaurant or hotel reviews or anything like that, but if I can do, like, product reviews, you know, like a personal thing, you know, product reviews, or, and it doesn't necessarily have to be food. Like the soap I just bought, I put a positive review on Amazon, you know, but, the soap that I bought, you know, I put a 5-star positive review. So, you know, if I can do like product reviews or product or food reviews, or if I can do if I can work on my short stories, ebooks, fiction and nonfiction, if I can work on novels, if I can work on another cookbook, if I can practice more cooking recipes, do more cooking videos. You know, y'all want to falsely say that, ooh, see, they're freezing my phone. Y'all want to falsely say that, this is not good. I need another phone. So y'all falsely say that, you know, that my writing is not work, or this is not work, or that's not work. Well, if other people are doing YouTube videos and making money from it, they call it putting in work or putting in the work. So why is it not work for me? When I try to make a living or trying to write stuff on medium.com back then, you know, a couple of years ago, y'all harassed me and sabotaged and falsely reported, and had me wrongfully banned from media. You had me wrongfully banned from Quora. I mean, they invited me to do the partnership with asking questions. You bullied and ran me off from Quora. And I hate that you have to put your actual name up there. And then my name is Candy Grand Prix, so they try to falsely say that I had a fake name. Now, like, how else am I supposed to prove that my real name is Candy Grand Prix? I mean, what make you think I'm lying about my name? But they have had people in person that used to say that they didn't believe that my name was Candy. Like, or they would think they got the authority to try to falsely call me Candace, acting like as if they want to try to take this, illegally steal the sweetness from my name. And then they used to try to do stuff like say that, well, your name sounds like the name of a prostitute and this and that, whatever, And I heard it all. Or your name sounds like a stripper name. So yeah, I didn't work on any writing at all today. At all. So when I get off here, I'm gonna brush my teeth. I bought some new flossers, but I'm too tired to even floss. I just brush. But about the Jimmy Dean sausage, I haven't had those in years, and I kind of really didn't want to buy them, but they would have stretched me further than those $4 potato breakfast bowls that they had at the Dollar General. So, it seemed like they are high in calories and fat. But when they wrongfully arrested me and took me to jail in Denton, Texas because an online person scammed me and I had to prove my innocence. Well, that night I spent in jail was the longest night of my life. And you had zero rights and you were treated worse than a dog. That they fed you through a small little door like as if you were a dog. It's like the jail cell was like a dog kennel. I mean, I spent overnight in jail for a crime that somebody committed towards me. Somebody scammed me online. And I had just got to Denton, Texas. So and it was during the MySpace days. And so I feel traumatized thinking back again. They fed you 2 small, high-calorie, unhealthy meals a day. Like that evening, I had like a small, tiny little, smaller than the banquet chicken pot pies. Those, it used to be 54 cents at fake Walmart. At 50 or 54 cents. The chicken pot pie, they had that for dinner. And then the next morning, they had those exact, Jimmy Dean's sausage biscuit sandwiches. And I'm like, dang, this re-traumatized me all over again. But I don't know if I'll put it in a toaster oven or put it in the microwave. It'll be nasty and soggy in the microwave. But, I don't know if I'll put it in a toaster oven and drizzle some honey on it. for breakfast tomorrow. Like if I can have some of those, it look like the saturated fat. It's bad saturated fat. So I don't know if I'll have 1 or 2 packets. I mean, 1 or 2 servings of it. I don't know. And if I put them in a toaster oven, and then afterwards take them out, and then drizzle some honey on it, and have 2 boiled eggs and some orange juice or milk, or probably both, and some like 1 thing of those small little thing of applesauce. That'll be like a big breakfast though. But I haven't had those in years, but I felt like it's not really something I wanted to eat. But I was looking, and I said that, well, with the frozen breakfast, they have such a small variety of breakfast. Yet for like lunch and dinner, it's like a lot of that over there. But yeah, I can't wait to if I can this coming weekend, pay to stay here another month. I won't be asking y'all for any help for the funds to stay here. But if I don't get food stamps, then I don't know. Excuse me. If I don't get the food stamps, then I don't know. I might have to use the little bit of money I have left over for food. But as I said, I was hoping to earn money, from writing or something like that. But if y'all say that my writing, my short stories and everything was not work, well, if that's the case, why did I had to report my earnings for Amazon? I had to report that for taxes. So therefore, that's considered work. Side income or work or whatever, and y'all want to suppress it, lying and saying that that's not work. Well, how come other authors is considered work? And and it's like these online strangers that act like they think they know you more than you know yourself. So how can, if I write an ebook about my foster care experiences, how can the online perps try to make like, well, this didn't happen, this happened? So but y'all weren't there. So it's really disgusting. It's really disgusting. But tell me, how is it y'all gang stalking and destroying lives and murdering people is considered a job? That's considered work. Trafficking people, y'all call that work or a decent job. But then y'all don't even have to. I heard gang stalkers do not have to pay taxes on their perp activity after they sold their soul to the devil and became a perp. That they're exempt. So it seemed like as if they want to keep you like cornered into extreme poverty and homelessness, and so it's like it really is a battle for your soul. That people are selling their soul to the devil just to live a comfortable life. And we don't have that much longer left on this earth. I heard a lot of people been warning, saying that in July everything's going to get real bad. And I heard some people saying that they got foreign troops here in this country right now, and they got war about to go down. So what the hell? Like, can you imagine like World War III going on and people gang stalking you while there's war going on? They don't even gang stalk during wartime. It's mind boggling. So yeah, so that's what they do. So I'm gonna just continue trying to see about my writings. Um, and they laugh like they think they're better or superior. But y'all don't. Why don't y'all go write a cookbook? It's very easy to publish on Amazon, but you probably use fake witchcraft to cheat your way to have lots of positive fake reviews, popularity, and lots of sales. But if you haven't sold out, or if you're not an initiated occultist, then no matter how great your music is, your artwork, your writing, or anything, they're gonna make sure you don't succeed. Because if Billie Eilish can have a music video, or write a song, or have a song, and a lot of people will say that this does not make sense. But it makes sense if you know what to look for with their occultic weirdness and MK Ultra and all that. So it's 11:38 p.m. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Well, yeah, I know that me having the Jimmy Dean sausage biscuits, my body's probably gonna feel like shit. But I just got what I got to hold me over. Because I don't know what I'm gonna be told Friday or Saturday. I don't know what I'm gonna be told. So if I get to stay here another month and I haven't heard anything back from food stamps, then next week, I hope to get to go grocery shopping. So, exposing gang stalking is not mental illness. It's not bad behavior. And it's certainly not a crime.